sweet. Do the chairs in the parlor seem empty and bare? Do you gaze at your doorstep and picture me there? Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight? Are you lonesome tonight? I'm not lonesome, and it's not even night. Oh, so you're not lonesome. Are you lonesome this morning? No. Me neither, because I'm here with the BOOZHOO crew on BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and Wisani. BOOZHOO Wisani, Mino Gigajabe. Good to see you. And Jessica Wabooz. Jessica's here, sweetie. BOOZHOO, Jessica. What's up? Let's get the show. It's time. It's time. We should be going. Waiting so long. I've been waiting so long. Look back in anger. Anyway, let's see what's going on. BOOZHOO, welcome to the show. Anybody new today? Just want to say a special, hello, special BOOZHOO to the show. This is a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And to get things started off, you know what? Let's start off with a song. Okay. Here's Natasha and Michael singing a song about blueberry pie. In our language, blueberry pie is Mina Bashki Mina Sagani Batusi Jikani Bakwe Jigun. Okay? You got it? All right. I knew you would only need to hear it once. Most people just pick it up right away. It was like, oh, what's that again? What, you want to? I got to say it twice? Did I stutter? Mina Bashki Mina Sagani Batusi Jikani Bakwe Jigun. Or blueberry pie. And here's a song. Some people say this is the longest word in Ojibwe. I don't know. I think it's a couple of words. But here's a little song for you crazy cats. You want to teleport me, sweetie? Oh, sure. And I wanted a piece of blueberry pie. So I went up and I asked this guy, but he only spoke Ojibwe. So I had to say, Mina Bashki Mina Sagani Batusi Jikani Bakwe Jigun. 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 And I wanted a piece of blueberry pie. So I went up and I asked this guy. He only spoke Ojibwe. So I had to say, oh, yeah. Mina Bashki Mina Sagani Batusi Jikani Bakwe Jigun. Minabushki Minasagani Batusi Jigani Bakwejigan. Minabushki Minasagani Batusi Jigani Bakwejigan. Blueberry pie. Hey, nice job, you guys. Oh, thanks, honey. You too, Michael. Hey, thanks a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Lyons and Natasha. And Minabushki Minasagani Batusi Jigani Bakwejigan. Blueberry pie. And, oh, wow, look at this. Missy's here. Missy's here, sweetie. BOOZHOO, Missy. What's up, cuz? And Joseph under a rock. BOOZHOO, Joseph under a rock. I hear Joseph likes to rock. Is that right? Yeah, he's a rock and roller. He hasn't been living under a rock. Plymouth Rock, he didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on him. And now he's been living under a rock. Maybe he has been living under a rock. What do you mean? Well, like maybe he hasn't paid attention at all to what's been going on this last year. Like I wonder if maybe Joseph like just now crawled out from under a rock and he goes into Walmart and he sees people wearing masks. He's like, what? What's going on here now? Are we supposed to wear a mask or something? Is there a surgeon convention in town that no one told me about? And the people are like, what have you been living under a rock? It's a pandemic. It's like, a what now? You mean the flu? I'm like, no, you must have been living under a rock. And Joseph's like, well, what does Trump have to say about this? It's like, he's not even the president anymore. What, have you been living under a rock? I'm just kidding. Jessica says, first part of that word means blueberry. The last part means bread. What does the middle part mean? Blueberry jam folded. Blueberry made into jam, folded bread. Is Minabushki Minasagani Batusi Jagani. Lots of times people say, oh, it spells out every ingredient in the blueberry pie. It's like, no, it doesn't. Batusi Jagani means, like Mina is blueberry. Bushki Minasagani is blueberry jam. Batusi Jagani is a folded, and Bakwejigan is a bread. So a folded bread, like Batusi Jagani Bakwejigan is kind of what we call pie, because we call it a folded bread. And this, kids, is why we decided to speak English. You know, say what you want about the colonizers. Yeah. Say what you will about the English. They have a lovely language. And so back in the days of the grandfathers, the elders, they said, you know what? From now on, let's teach our children to speak English. You know, nobody's even ordering blueberry pie anymore. It's too much of a mouthful. You know, so that's why they started the boarding schools. A lot of people don't know that, sweetie. What's that? Boarding schools? It was because of the word blueberry pie. Is that right? Yeah. If that word hadn't been so hard to say, they never would have decided to speak English. But the Ojibwe were like, no, you know what? Forget it. We need a better way. We need a shorter way to say blueberry pie. So let's send our kids to boarding school. And this is your moment in history. I wonder if kids come here going, hey, I wonder if I'm going to learn something about history on this Ojibwe language and culture show. Yeah, you sure will. Did you know that in Ojibwe culture and history, Amwabigwesi is a caterpillar? Did you know that, sweetie? I did know that. Amwabigwesi means caterpillar. And if there was a caterpillar here now, he would tell you, we mean Gija good. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day, sweetie. How come? Because we got a new gibberish cartoon. Oh, wow. Look at this. OJIBWE. We mino gija good. The caterpillar, he says, it's going to be a good day. And you can believe it because caterpillars are really wise. Are they? Yeah, man. Caterpillar represents that stage right before full enlightenment, right before your transition. A caterpillar has lived a full life, and he knows that it's time for a change. And he knows he can't cling to the past. He can't be who he used to be. But here we see a caterpillar, and he's getting ready. You know, when caterpillars get upside down like that, that means they're going to go into a cocoon. And they're going to cocoon away. They're not going to see their friends. They're not going to be on Facebook for a while. They're going to go in a cocoon, and when they come out, they'll be a butterfly. OJIBWE. OJIBWE. There's a caterpillar. I think I have a second caterpillar cartoon here, actually. I wonder what I did with that. Oh, no. I got those, though. I was thinking about talking about where the wild things are today. Are you going to read it? No. I thought I would just like do a review. Oh, that might be interesting. But where's my other caterpillar cartoon? Oh, there it is. Let me pull this up. OJIBWE is a caterpillar. You know, a lot of people think caterpillars, oh, look at that creepy little worm. What an ugly creature. But no, caterpillar knows that he's about to transform. And this is what we all have to do. This is me talking to the young people. If there's anybody here who's like 13 years old, when you're watching this, you're a caterpillar. And you're about to become a butterfly. But you got to spend some time thinking about who you are, where you come from. You know, maybe cocoon away for a little bit. But when you emerge, you're going to have wings and you can fly. OJIBWE, a caterpillar. That is so deep. I know, huh? I'm like an angry little philosopher this morning. Are you angry? Well, no. But, you know. Anyway, and that is our Ojibwe word of the day and phrase of the day. We mino gija good. We. And no, it doesn't mean it's going to be a little good. Oh, it's going to be just a wee good day, as they would say in Scotland, as Daniel Black would say. Oh, it's just a wee mino good, gija good. No. We means the future. If you wanted to say it was a good day, you would say gi mino gija good. It was a good day. But Caterpillar, he's optimistic. He knows it's going to be a good day because he's going to transform and he's going to become a butterfly. He's going to be beautiful and he's going to fly. And he got to start on an OJIBWE cartoon by Michael Lyons. If you'd like to order a book of Michael Lyons' cartoons, click the link. You know, we go over this every day. There's a link in the description already. No, I'm not just going to mail you a book. Quit asking. I don't have any. I have one. You have to buy your own. Not you, Gene. I have one for you. Gene Bolio? Yeah. Jeannie, I call her. Jean, if you're watching this show, maybe I'll give it to your granddaughter, Nicole. Anyway, what's going on here with the BOOZHOO crew? It looks like Jessica says, first part of that word, okay. Always learning. BOOZHOO, welcome back. Always learning. I'm always forgetting. That's my problem. And Missy, that would be an awesome tattoo. Oh, the little cart, you know what, actually, you know what? I have a butterfly cartoon that I drew for you. But you should have both. You should have on one arm a caterpillar and then on the other side a butterfly. Butterflies are free to fly. Fly away. Bye bye. Oka hey. So yeah, we me no good, Geisha good. It's going to be a good day. What's the other Ojibwe phrase of the day? Ning wakod. Oh yeah, it's really cloudy out now. I know. Got up, it was just cold. I even turned the space heater back on. Yeah, I know. But for some reason, it was just hot yesterday. Was that yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday. I think the 10 seconds I went outside yesterday, it wasn't that hot. But it was really, really warm a couple days ago. Now it's kind of chilly and it's cloudy. So we say, Ningwakod. It is cloudy. It's a cloudy day. But if it were sunny, you can say Zagate. That's what we usually say. Zagate. Sunny day. Or you could say Wasea. Wasea. It is sunny. There's no clouds. Wasea. Sunny day. But not today. It's Gawin. Wasea Z. It's not sunny. Ningwakod. It is cloudy. So sometimes on a cloudy day, it's good to sit down with some literature. Sit down with a good book. I remember the first book I ever, I guess, owned. It was actually my book. You know, I was born into a world that had books, you know. When I was in kindergarten, there was a special day of the month or week or something where the teacher would hand out like a catalog of books with pictures, and you could order books. Maybe you had to take it home and your parents had to pay for it. I'm not sure that is. Who was calling us at 8:26 in the morning? I guess people with jobs. It just seems early. Phone's ringing. You guys probably can't hear it. But the first book I ever read or ever owned was Where the Wild Things Are. Hold on, I'm going to listen to that answering machine. This is a good show, huh? Me trying to hear my answering machine. I don't know. Say your business and hang up. Don't you hate that people leave long messages? It's like, you can't just leave your half of the conversation on my phone. A proper phone message should be, hey, it's Nanaboozhoo, call me back. Click. Or, hey, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Or something. I don't know. So anyway, Where the Wild Things Are was the first book I ever owned. Not Prince Harry. Where the Wild Things Are. And today I'd just kind of like to talk about where the wild things are. Maybe analyze it. So if you're a little kid, I don't know anybody who doesn't know this book. But Where the Wild Things Are came out back in the days of the grandfathers. It's a very old book. And it's about a little boy named Jack, I think. And Jack wore a wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. And he would, he'd make a little tent out of a sheet, he was a little guy, but his parents let him play with hammers and nails. They didn't care. So little he had to stand on books just to, get it right. And he was so mean to his teddy bear that his teddy bear committed suicide and had become a member of the Aryan nation. You can see him there. He's saying, Heil Hitler. Oh, no, that's the left hand. He's just saying, hi. No, I think he's saying goodbye. That's what happened. He's waving goodbye as he hung himself. It's a very dark, very dark book for a kid. So what happens? He goes chasing after the dog with a fork. He's going to eat the dog. A lot of people think he might have been the original Wendigo, huh, sweetie? You think Jack is Wendigo? Well, he might be. I guess he's got a taste for... No, he's probably just Dakota. He just wants to eat that dog because he's a Dakota. You're going to get some hate mail. What? They eat dogs. Not anymore. I know, but they used to. You should be ashamed of yourselves, Dakotas. Anyway, so here he is chasing his dog. Oh, no, it's not Jack. It's Max. What am I saying? By Max. So Max wears his wolf suit. You know, he wants to be a wolf. Maybe a werewolf. And then he wants to eat his dog. So he gets a fork and he chases down Max. And he's an artist. He's into drawing monsters. Look at that monster he drew in the wall there. And so, you know, Maurice Sendak's actually a pretty decent artist in every way. But what a lot of cartoonists notice about him or remember about him is that he was a master of cross-hatching. You know, that whole wall, he did cross-hatching on. And, you know, the shading and that tail, it's just really great. But then what happens? Let me get rid of these. His mother, he says to his mom, I'll eat you up. He's gonna kill his own mother. And his mom goes, hey, why don't you go to bed without supper? You don't talk to your elders that way. So he gets sent to bed without supper. And when he's up there, he starts to dream. And he dreams that his walls turn into trees and the outside. And that his ceiling turns into the sky above and the stars and the moon and that. And he just walks away. And he goes to where the wild things are. Gets on a boat and he takes a boat on Red Cedar Lake, on Cass Lake. And he goes out to Star Island, to Anong, Minnesota. And what's he see out there? Wild things. He becomes, and at first the wild things are going to eat him up, but then he gives them a magic, he like hypnotizes them or something crazy, and he becomes their king. He's the boy king, and all these monsters, or these wild things, you know. I mean, like, what is that guy? He's got horns, huge head, he's got a wolf tail, scales on his feet, but then claws on his. And his fur kind of looks like a sweater. His fur, you know, just naturally grew into a feather pattern or a sweater pattern. And then there's these weirdos. There's that girl. This is what most Tinder dates look like. Fellas, don't believe what you see on Facebook. This is what she actually looks like without the filter. And then there's a bullhead, not the little fish, not Awasasi. This is an actual bullhead, and he's got human feet, which is sort of interesting. And it makes you wonder if maybe he used to be human. And then there's the rooster head guy on, or is he just a big rooster with little weird... I think he's just a straight up rooster with monster feet, human feet with claws, and his wings have turned into arms. And then there's the guy that Max actually drew, and we call him Horny Nose. But Jack goes to the land where the wild things are, and it might be Star Island where Wendigo lives. We don't know. And he plays around with these guys. They swing on the trees, you know, and you know they love him. He loves them. For some reason, and I guess you got to remember that this is still in the context of they're all under some sort of hypnotic spell from Max. You know, it's not. He might be a little bit of a, you know, Bill Cosby. But anyway, so they all have yellow eyes and teeth and sharp teeth and horns and whatever. But they're getting along. But then he misses his family and he decides to go home. And they don't want to let him go, but I think he subdues them with another magic word or something. And then he travels through, on his boat again. He comes back. And when he gets home, he's back in his room. And the porridge is still there, still hot. The mom apparently brought up his porridge. Yeah, you're some cook, Mom. Thanks for the porridge for supper that you just set in my room when I was missing for who knows how long. And it's still hot? How hot was this thing when you brought it up here? Still hot. And then it's like the end of Where the Wild Things Are. And that's his boat. So he, there's something about Max that made him want to eat human flesh, and something about him where he tortured not only his teddy bear, because that is some dark, psychopath behavior there, stringing up your own teddy bear by the neck. That's not okay, Max. You're a psychopath. And then he chases after his dog. Look at that smile on that lunatic's face. Was Max like Jeffrey Dahmer? But you cannot deny, look at that cross-hatching. I was done with a regular pen and I'm guessing a magic marker. But like a ballpoint pen, a black pen you would, draw your bill, write out your checks with. And the dog is perfect. The expression on his face, he's scared. His expression is perfect. The fork is creepy. So, I'm a harsh critic of art. I make no apologies that I don't like Van Gogh. I don't like Andy Warhol. I don't like most artists, to tell you the truth. I think it's random who becomes a famous artist and who doesn't. After, except for Michelangelo. But that's Where the Wild Things Are. I haven't read that book in a long time. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Where the Wild Things Are. You know where I think the wild things are now? Where? Minneapolis. Why? Because of all the protests and stuff? Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad I don't live down there. Is that stuff still going on? Actually, I don't even know. Is it still like Chaz in Minneapolis? Anybody know? For people outside of our area, Bemidji is a good 4.5 hours south or north of Minneapolis and all that. Minnesota kind of has two distinct cultures. There's the northern Minnesota, which is small towns, reservations, rural Minnesota. That's one type of people. And then there's the liberals and the hippies and the Black Lives Matter and Antifa that live in Minneapolis. And there's a lot of people down there. A lot of those, what do you want to call them? City peoples. What Stephen calls cityots. Yeah. But, yeah, last time I paid attention, which I'm not really up on the news all the time. But last time I looked at something, they were like firing all the police and taking over a neighborhood down there. Hey, man, this is our turf. We're the Warriors. Click, click, click. Come out to play, or whatever. Antifa, come out to play. Where the hell's Angels when you need them? Whatever happened to those guys? Remember when radicals used to be tough? Now they're all like skinny girls. Not fat girls from colleges. Oh, I'm an Antifa. I'm a fat girl in a black hoodie. Perhaps they're calling to see if you'd like to extend your car's warranty. Oh yeah, that phone. I'm kind of hoping it's the guy who wants to fix our floor. I have half a mind just to go answer the phone and see if it was him. But no, we have to plow through our live stream. I told that guy I'm not available till after 10. He should know better. But maybe he'll come today. That'd be cool. Daniel Black's here. Hey, pal. What's up? Brandy Marie. Bonjour, Brandy Marie. Welcome back to the show. And Jim Dunn. Mino Giga Jabe. How you doing, Jim? Heather Jackson. Good morning, Heather. Welcome to the show. Heather Jackson's here, sweetie. Bonjour, Heather. All right. I don't know if you're new to the show or just new to messaging, but it's nice to have you here. We were just talking about where the wild things are. Did you ever read Where the Wild Things Are? So, yeah, I like that book. You know, I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about. I guess I could. And this has been your Straight Guys Story Hour. Where's my TV show, PBS? Hi, I'm a straight man. I don't believe in sodomy. I think that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. It's gross. I'm a straight man. I like women. I'd like to read to you a children's book. Straight, non-transgendered story hour. Is that what they're doing on PBS now? Yep. PBS, home of Sesame Street, is now hosting Transgendered Story Hour. Why? Because PBS thinks it's important that children learn tolerance and acceptance of transgendered people. They're trying to decondition their natural response to go, what is that weirdo doing? You know? I don't know why. I guess it shouldn't surprise me. I don't think the whole world is moving this way, but I think there's just a strong, hard, left turn agenda going on in TV and the media. You know, families and schools and children weren't crying out for more transgendered people to read to them. You know, there wasn't a lot of people going, hey, you know, how come there's not more men who think they're women, you know, interacting with children who are not their kids? We need to encourage that. You know, you're not allowed to be suspicious of a man who puts on pantyhose, lipstick, eye makeup, a wig, stuffs a bra or has a boob job, wears a dress, and wants to surround himself with little children and read to them. There's no room at PBS for discernment to go, excuse me, what now? Explain to me again how that's not mental illness. Oh, you see, a year ago we changed the definition of body dysmorphia to not include a man like that. Why? Oh, because it's mean. It might hurt his feelings. You know, you have to be inclusive. Oh yeah. Well, I have a friend who's anorexic. She thinks she's fat and she's starving to death. Should we make sure that she doesn't feel? You know, do we need to validate, affirm her truth? That's what it really comes down to. The affirming one's individual truth is I don't know, it's crazy. Because it's be like, well, they want us to do it with body positivity. Tess Holiday. If you're overweight, that you can say, well, I'm plus sized. I'm beautiful, healthy at any size. And if a person comes out super fat and they say, I'm beautiful and healthy, you go, yeah, yep, you sure are. And if a person comes out wearing a dress and makeup and they're born a man or a boy, and they say, I'm a woman, you go, yep, that's right. 100%. But the last holdout's the anorexic. They're not telling us to affirm anorexia yet. Oh, yep, you sure are fat. Why don't you should throw up. You might lose some weight. Karen Carpenter. Hey, Karen. Maybe a little less drumming, a little more throwing up. We agree, you're fat. Because we're tolerant. I don't know. So, yeah, thanks, PBS. If I hadn't stopped watching you years ago, I'd quit now. Transgendered Story Hour. I don't know. Have you ever done a story hour? I actually have. Maybe that's why it bugs me. I've actually been that guy who goes into a classroom and reads a story. You too, huh, Michael? Yep, I didn't wear a dress. Yeah. But, yeah. We've come to a point where there are certain people who will push for a transgendered, gay, I've never met a transgender person who didn't drink and do drugs. So whatever. I'm not saying they all do, but some do. None of that is ever questioned if you're transgendered and going to go in. There are certain people who be cool with that. But if you're a straight male, it's almost more suspicious. So why would he want to, is he weird or something? It's like, no, I'm a cartoonist. No, the guy in the dress and the pantyhose and the high heels, that's weird. Do we need a refresher course on the list of what's weird and what's not? Because everything's been totally inverted. I know. Now they're trying to recruit disabled women into the military or something. I don't know. Jessica says, Joseph, first of all, is laughing. WTF, PBS? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are you with me, Joe? Jessica says, what's more concerning is drag queens have nothing to do with being trans. Thank you. That's another thing. Yeah. They blend, the men who do it create caricatures of women, and the primary purpose of drag shows is lewd sexual jokes. Yeah. Why push this on kids? Right. Yeah. No, the whole drag queen thing, it's lewd sexual jokes. It's the humor and the outrageousness. It's, they did it in fraternities, It'd be like hazing rituals and all the even the secret societies are like, oh, put on a woman's dress. It's a joke. Then there are truly, transgendered people who, I don't know, I guess you wouldn't be able to tell, but if I couldn't tell, I guess I didn't know. It's pretty obvious to me that Caitlyn Jenner and that other guy, the girl who just became a guy who's an actor, They don't fully, but Chaz Bono. Oh yeah, were you always a boy, Chaz? Has there ever been women who dress as men for comedy effect? Yeah, Kids in the Hall. It used to be funny. Kids in the Hall, Faulty Towers, Monty Python, a lot of sketch comedy. Bob and Doug, Mr. Show with Bob and Doug. Is that what it's called? Bob and David. Mr. Show with Bob and David. Yeah, but now it's just getting so weird. I'm sick of it. And I say this as a guy with long hair, I don't know. Why am I getting into this? I don't know. Should we play another song? Yeah, you want to play a song and then I'll come up? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let Natasha come up and give a relationship advice or something. But before she comes up, here's a song to help with the transition. And I thought I knew what song it was, but now I don't. That's not a song. But this is a song. Oh, it's just this thing. There's an advertisement for a gibberish. That's Steven. All right, sweetie, you just want to come up here? Yeah, I'm just going to walk over there. Good. It's a good day. Hey, what happened? Oh, there it is. Oh, Gibberish by Michael Lyons. Now available at Amazon.com. Hi, everybody. BOOZHOO. How you doing? You done being crabby? Yeah, I think so. I think PBS got you in a state. It kind of did. I know. So let's see what's going on here. Joseph says, with you, brother. The world is building snowflakes and turning up the heat. Sad, really. Yeah. At the same time of the rise of the snowflakes, things are getting hot. It's not a good combination. Has there ever been women who dress as men for comedy effects? Well, that's the weird thing. All women are cross-dressers. Any woman who wears pants, I'm wearing a skirt, but flannel shirt's at least pink. But yeah, culture's just kind of made women wearing blazers. Women can dress like men. You can have totally hair as short as men. I kind of feel like all women are trans. Jessica says probably not. Roseanne. Yeah, Roseanne. I love Roseanne. Too bad she got canceled. That's right. She got canceled, didn't she? Was she too conservative or something? Isn't that crazy? Roseanne. I think Roseanne had the first gay kiss on her show. But, I think they kicked her off the show for racism. Oh, it's for racism. Yeah. Not sure. I'm not sure someone was super offended, though. Yeah, it's just one of the many people getting canceled for the wrong opinion. I mean, it's so strange. When I was younger, especially, when you get so brainwashed in college, thinking that racism is the number one problem in life. So you're going to fight racism. It's like, how are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to change people's minds by showing them how mad I am at their opinions, their generalized opinions about a racial group. Well, I was like, what? Who cares? No, it's really bad. And then I got old, and I was like, you know what's bad? This constant preoccupation with, did somebody, is somebody being, it's your feelings. That's what it is. That's what it is now, isn't it, honey? What's that? Feelings run the world. If somebody feels bad, everything has to stop. In the old days, it was like, well, who cares about your feelings? You know? It's a free country. I can say and think whatever I want. But now it's nope. Here's a list of the things you can think and say. You can think that Bruce Jenner is now a woman called Caitlyn Jenner. You can think that he is beautiful, and you can think that he is exactly the same as a woman who was born a woman. You know, you can think that white people are racist. You can generalize against all white people. You can, number one, call white people by a term that totally strips them of individuality, of culture, of any distinction of their history, whether they're Irish or French or German or Norwegian. You know, no, you're just white. It's okay. You're allowed to generalize based on race only white people. Otherwise, you know, we say it all the time here. It's like, you know, take time to learn the tribe. Don't ask me, what do you want to be called? Native American or First Nation or Indigenous? What do you want to be called? It's like, you know, what do I want to be called so you don't have to bother to learn my tribe? You know, you don't want to learn the term Anishinaabe? You know, you don't want to learn the term OJIBWE? Whatever. You know, you can say white people. There's a popular book called White Fragility, and it's like taught in colleges or something, and it just makes all these sweeping generalizations about what white people are afraid of. Oh yeah, white people are fragile. They're afraid that the powerful black man's gonna, you know, beat them at basketball. It's like, what? No. I think white guys admire black guys, you know. Most white guys wear a athletic jersey with a black guy's name on the back. I don't know. But you can't talk about that. It's only, yeah, white people bad, everybody else good. Because remember like how much trouble Trump got in when he called certain countries asshole countries? Yeah. And you're like, you can't even point out that Haiti is ravaged with, you know, disease, hunger, oppression, poverty. No, it's a wonderful country. We call it home. It's like, no, you don't. Jessica says, nah, they do it to everyone. All black people get lumped together. All Asians, Hispanics, they're all the same, none of them. Yeah, yeah, no kidding. You know, you're right. Because that's what they want to do. Indian. Oh, because we're just like Navajo people up here, living in our pueblos, eating corn. You know, we have a lot more in common with the French and the Scandinavians than we do with the Southwest, what's that called? Southwestern tribes. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. La la la. Jessica had a good idea on the BOOZHOO Crew Facebook page. What's that? She was thinking we should do like a Ask Natasha relationship advice section or something. Let's do it. All right. BOOZHOO, it's me, your Auntie Natasha. Auntie Naughty. Auntie Naughty. It's your naughty Auntie Natasha. And today, I would like to give some advice to the young girls about relationships, love, marriage, family. Let's see. Yesterday we were talking about bad boys, and everyone's attracted to the bad boy, but then they're all surprised when the bad boy doesn't come through. Okay, this is for the young ladies. There's a weirdo named Freud. But he came up with some ideas that people just kind of take for granted now. Something called an ego and an id or something. But this idea that sometimes we're motivated, we might like something based on like biological, drives. You might be naturally attracted to somebody who's tall because we come from a long line of people who, there's a certain advantage to being tall. You could reach up high and, pick apples or whatever. You could see farther, so you're a better hunter. And so you grow up and you're like, oh, I like tall guys. But then you don't understand why. What was it? Well, there's a lot of stuff that we kind of take in that will sort of inform what we like. And sometimes it's movies and music. The media can really kind of brainwash you into thinking you want somebody who looks like a gangster. Oh, look at that guy, he's so cute. Like who's the big gangster that everybody loves? Not Snoop Dogg, the one who died. This is how out of touch I am. He had Thug Life tattooed on his stomach. He gets up there on the cover of Rolling Stone, it says Thug Life. And he's like the #1 rapper of all time. And I don't know because I don't care about rap. Not Snoop Dogg. Biggie Smalls probably killed him. I can't remember his name, but everybody knows him. Well, you get kind of taught that, I want somebody who has baggy pants and a six-pack abs, is covered in tattoos, has a thug look, doesn't smile when he gets his picture taken. Tupac Shakur, thank you, Isani. Oh, I'm so old. Tupac. You might be thinking, I want someone like Tupac. Tupac's cool. And, but the reality is, if you get someone like Tupac, you're inviting in all kinds of trouble. Tupac couldn't raise his kids because he got killed. Because he was living the thug life. And, I don't know anything about Tupac. Actually, I heard something that he was probably gay. I think he was like one of those gay theater students in high school. And the Tupac, that was just a whole act. Because that's the other thing. Boys will act a certain way because they think that's what it takes to get you. So they're going to try to act like Tupac. And, I don't know. Think about why you like certain stuff. And if it's true. Sometimes what we think we like is opposite what's good for us. Because we've been brainwashed to like dumb stuff. Like being a thug. Like being a bad boy. Breaking the law. Drinking. Committing crime. Then you meet a nice guy who's got a job and takes care of his grandma. But his shoes he bought from Walmart. He's a total dork. He has no fashion sense. But he's responsible. He might have a great sense of humor when you get to know him. Maybe he's not the center of attention. But think about what's good for you and what will make you happy. What will make you happy? Somebody who's loyal, funny, social. If you're still in high school or whatever, you want somebody who wants to go see movies and, somebody you can trust not to be drunk when they're driving around. I don't know. I guess I'm back to the same advice I had yesterday. Beware the bad boy. Because the bad boy is a nice word for loser. If you're the guy you like has a criminal record at all, he's a loser. Sorry. Oh, man. No, just got angry. It's just a little shoplifting. No, I just got pulled over for open container. It's like, well, what's all the stuff he didn't get caught for? That's a red flag. Watch out for red flags. A criminal record's a red flag. If he's ever had more than one girlfriend at a time, he's a liar. That means he'll cheat on you, so you can't, character. You got to think about character. What's a person's character like? If they have a good character, if they're positive, self-confident, ambitious, you can be broke. But if you're ambitious, that's a good thing. Just because he got a bunch of money and some sort of settlement doesn't mean he's a good catch. Because, there's a lot of gangsters with some money, but they're not going to share that with you. It's just going to go to buying weed. Always Learning says, romance movies and porn give the biggest misconceptions of reality, of real relationships. Yeah. Yep. We don't even recognize a real relationship anymore because we've been so conditioned by the movies. I mean, I've been conditioned in a 80s love songs and love movies. So I'm really like kind of traditional and sappy and out of touch with the way things are now. I would have been much more comfortable in my grandmother's age when the dad was constantly threatening murder. That's where the term shotgun wedding came from. It's like if a boy got a girl pregnant outside a wedding, outside a marriage, the dad would load his shotgun and make the boy marry his daughter, or else he'd kill him. That's what shotgun marriage doesn't. Some people think, oh, it was a really fast marriage. We had a shotgun wedding. No, a shotgun wedding was a wedding based on fear of murder. There used to be something to be said about not disgracing a girl, I mean, yeah, I know that having sex outside of wedlock, it didn't begin with this generation. I'm not going to tell the story my grandmother told the story about she and my grandpa, okay? That's not your business. Okay, Grandma, I'm not going to tell the story on the show. But, people were really into each other, even back in the old days. But you didn't brag about it. It still meant something. To give yourself to someone was sacred. Okay, I'm going to get deep here. I feel kind of stupid because I know I'm talking to the BOOZHOO crew, but I want to talk to the young people. In the Anishinaabe way, we talk about Zaka Edi Wen, love, Zaka Edi Wen. We talk about love. It's sacred, and it's not just emotional. It is physical. The reason why you should not be casual with your relationships, why you should be very careful, be discerning, discriminate. Make sure you always discriminate when it comes to dating. Let's go full circle there. When it comes to the left and the media and racism, they're trying to teach us not to discriminate. Discrimination's bad. We're an anti-discrimination league. There should be no racism, no discrimination. It's like, yeah, shut up. Do discriminate. You have to tell who's a creep and who's not. And who's also just maybe, just out for a good time. He doesn't have to be evil. But GOFUNDME, and Indian people are going to laugh at me right now. But OJIBWE is sacred. And the elders would tell us it's sacred because it is physical, it is emotional, it is spiritual. And Cardi B is not going to tell you this, but it's totally spiritual. If you practice the physical act of GOFUNDME, of love, it is a spiritual experience. You'll likely never, or I don't know, Cardi B probably doesn't remember everybody that she slept with, but most of us are forever changed by that experience on a spiritual level. You don't want to play around with your spirit. You don't want to give your spirit away to, people who eat spirits. But, so it's physical, emotional, what is it? Spiritual, physical, emotional, and it's mental. There's a lot of meaning behind it. If you do it in the right way, what you think about it, like after you get married, it's a beautiful thing. Nobody wants to say this anymore. Your mother's not going to tell you because she didn't wait. Your single mom's not going to say, hey, you know what? This is a big deal. Why don't you wait till you grow up before you start, wounding your soul and your body and your mind? Because that's what happens. So if you do it in a good way, if love comes into your life and you approach it in a most spiritual way, in a sacred way, it's great. It's the best thing in the world. It's the most creative act you can do. You'll create people. You'll create a family. You'll change the world. And you'll change yourself. You'll become like that butterfly. But if you just tramp around and when you're 14 years old, you're going to hurt yourself spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally. That's all I have to say about that. Just wait. Whoever you are watching this, I'm thinking of you as my own niece. And I got nieces. I would tell them this too. If, they're grown up, but yeah, it's a sacred thing, and you should be very careful. And talk to your elders, talk to your aunties and your grandma. Yeah, your grandma, believe it or not. It's good. She seems like the last person in the world you want to talk about boys with, but she will surprise you. Talk to grandma and give her details. I think she can handle it. Huh? You know what? I think that's profound and very wise advice. Okay. You want to add anything to that? Nope. Okay, should I say goodbye? Yeah. All right, you guys. Before I say goodbye, let me just see what's going on in the BOOZHOO crew. I don't think the majority of white people ever hated natives. Certainly some did. Problems come from whatever governing person decided that they wanted to take away land and resources away. Yeah, they teach us that all white people hated Indians. And yet, you look at the 60s, when the AIM movement started, and all the hippies were dressing like Indians. And, Dances with Wolves was like the best movie of the year. Won the best, I think white people love Indians. Indian people don't usually get mad at me when I say this, but sometimes white people do. I've never been, is this true? Probably not. I was going to say I've never been on the receiving end of racism. But I might have. I'd have to think about it. But it's so rare. Like I remember being in high school and it happened. Where someone just said something racist. Yeah, it has happened. I've had people say stuff to me. But you're almost like, hey, that was a racism. You guys, somebody just called me a timber blank. Oh, interesting. You don't, it's like seeing a moose. You go, hey, is that a moose? When you see an actual racist, hey, you go home, guess what? I saw a racist today. What, really? On the side of the road? No, it was at the mall. Oh, interesting. Yeah, well, it's the season. A lot of tourists up here this time of year, But yeah, I don't think racism is nearly as bad as people want us to believe. I mean, Joe Biden says it's the number one problem. Oh, the white supremacists are coming to get you. Like, really? Where? And don't tell me the Proud Boys. That's not the KKK, you dummy. The U.S. is imperialist at its core. Whatever that means. Imperialist. That sounds so Star Trek. Our government will still go into other places and occupy for resources and spread democracy. But only if there's financial gain in it. You mean like the Middle East? Yeah. I know, we're like guarding opium, places where they make heroin, opium fields. And we occupy all these countries that have oil, even though we have oil. I don't know. Before this wraps up, I want to say Zaka Idiwin to all of you till later. Gizagain, Daniel Black. Jessica, feeling sadness for all our ancestors. Can't imagine people making me and my family move off my land. They will have to kill me. Sadness. Yeah. But I don't know. I started to think differently about history and our ancestors when I learned about the truth of the Trail of Tears. Now, I'm Ojibwe, so we never had Trail of Tears. We migrated on our own. And if anything, we pushed the Dakota out of northern Minnesota. We were the imperialists. But the Trail of Tears were the Cherokee. It's a classic story of, Indian relocation. And what they don't tell you in high school is that they moved the Cherokees off of their plantations. There were a lot of Cherokee people who by this time were living in colonial houses and owned their own farms and had their own slaves. So when the Cherokee people started out on the Trail of Tears, a lot of them took their slaves with them. And I don't know what to do with that. Were the slaves then just like farmhands and not really slaves? Were they just members of the community? Were they friends with the Cherokee? Or were the Cherokee people slave owners like we think? And you kind of feel less sorry for the Trail of... It's like, whose tears? The slaves? Oh, I'm sorry the evil white man made you give up your plantation. Jim Dunn says, Gigawa min minawa and Gizagain. Right back at you, Jim. Have a good day. All right. Well, we better wrap up. It's getting late. Yeah. All right, you guys. I want to say, Miigwech Bisandawieg. Thank you for watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. This is NANABOOZHOO.
Hello, BOOZHOO.
And over here is Michael Lyons.
Hello.
And I will see you again. Gigawaba min. Midawaha. Ho-waha. And live stream. You know what I should do?
What's that?
Let's see if that outro song will play. What do I do with it? No, that's just you again. Outro song. No. Okay. La 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 la. Gigawatt min min.